Hi guys, today we are here with Rob Whitehouse and we are going to be watching a match of mine against Steve Virgona in the quarterfinals of the US Open um, this year. Yeah, Rob, do you want to start off?
Well, let's start. I mean, John, let's let everyone know where we are. Right now, we're in day 38 or 9 of quarantine. How are you feeling that way, real quick?
Yeah, I'm getting into a good routine. I just had a good workout before we jumped on here, and yeah, it's tough though. It's
I
not.
mean, same thing. I actually was I just did a spinning class, John, right before this. So it's pretty amazing. I worked out more in the last 38 days than I've done in the last 2 years. And that's not great being the head professional at the Racquet Club, but having injuries and, just was worried about getting in the gym. I am now fitter now than I ever have been. So that's a good news.
Great. Good, good stuff.
Anyway, do you want to let's just chat? I mean, you were playing Bergona, obviously at Chicago. Everyone can sees the logo.
Hmm.
It was a pretty big match, setup wise for I think more for Bergona, right? Because you've gotten him the last two times that you played. I think you would know your memory's better.
There'd been National League matches, one I think at Tuxedo, which was tight. It was like 5-5, and then I played him in Philly, so I had the sort of home court uh, advantage there, if you like. But he's definitely in this match here. He's going to be fired up. He's got there was a big crowd there. They were loud cheering for him, so I'm sure he definitely wanted this one pretty badly.
Oh yeah, you could tell he was going to be pumped up. So the start of the match would be kind of important.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I remember watching the match back in Philly in the pro shop with a bunch of members. So, do
Mhm.
you mind if I just talk about a couple of things that I think you could have done differently? Should we do that now?
I think so. I mean, do you want me to jump ahead to any particular point in the match? This is right at the start, but even here, you'll see straight away, second gallery. Get
They're going to be one of the points that I bring up. I mean, he did a good job of taking a ball that he could have maybe been offensive there, and he just took his medicine, took a gallery, and went on. And he does that pretty much the whole entire match.
Mhm.
And I think you could have. That's one of the things I'm going to say that you could have done a much better job, especially on that backhand. I think he tried to make stuff happen where I don't think he needed to, and stealing a gallery later in the rallies would have been fine. I got a point where you might want to watch. We go to 26-10. We do on this point here. Then you get another one. Actually, get a decent shot.
Yeah, by Steve. Wow.
And then that's the one. Mr. Gallery.
Another miss. Got a bit lucky there. Finally hit.
End up finding it there. A lot of the play was those misses that I don't like. He ends up hitting a lot more winners, like that one that he had on that forehand in this match. If you watch it, how many times that he puts it around the tambour for a winner, or you eventually make an error is, I think, a lot for. But
Right.
there's a spot where I like to go to now in game 37-28. We're going to be in game 4 now.
That's a good return.
Yep.
I think I remember this next shot. No, maybe not. Oh, good shot.
I mean, it's a good shot. You
Yeah.
love that ball, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Usually
I can go straight and go for a target there.
in this match, but yeah,
Huh?
not so much in this match.
That was a good straight force. I mean, I like that ball where you start to get a little when you go more main wall. That one right at him is effective.
Yeah,
That one.
that's the one.
Mm,
So I'm Ivana Jar. Big point to go to all. Fair
killer.
average cut volley, right? You'd say I should make that.
I mean, I think you could have played a little slower, spinnier ball into his backhand all day long.
Right.
I think he hits a winner here.
Overhit cut volley. Even on his backhand, he's going to put that away.
Yeah, now look, you're still on the receiving end, and this is game 4. I think you end up losing this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, these are like really being critiquing, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Could you have maybe hit in the gallery a couple of times?
Yeah.
We'll watch this last point.
Like there, I probably should have just tried to get out of that hazard end. Again, that volley. I'm struggling in this point. It's not going my way.
Here, that is the game I wanted to go to, right? I mean,
Yeah,
one, I think you should have already been out of there
it
on
should.
the other side. Yeah.
Even if I lose that game, right? I think at least I'm serving now at 3-1. I've got here. I end up losing this game pretty easily to him to go 4-1 down. I hit a couple of penalties, few errors. Not good. And then just to give you like how tight this was. So I go 4-2 down. And at that point, he'd won 38 points. I won 36 points. So to be at 4-2 in the first set with that many points and to be that close, it really had been like a battle.
It had been a battle, and that's why I still like to almost say, like, maybe a little slower, not trying to end rallies as much, I think would have been effective for you. Where,
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of that on return. I mean, I'd like to see you slow it, make the court a little wider. Anyway.
And then that ball off that, like underneath that tandem.
That return, I would wish you would have done 7 out of 10. Just going, I'm going to cut it on the floor. Like if you would have been on target, even in this match here, you probably would have. But how hard would it have been for him if you would have said to yourself, "I'm just going to slide it in.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my gallery, and I'm going to make this guy work." What did you think of the court?
I like the court. It was, it's nice. I played there quite a bit. The lighting's, it's once you get used to it, it's all right. But going from at the start, it's kind of tough. No, it's nice.
Going from Philly is tough. Going to any court. I can't remember. I think game 8 is the game that you easily win.
Yeah, I lose this game to go 5-2 down and then have. Right. But again, another overhit cut volley. I'm sort of scrambling from the hazard end.
Now that's what's going to happen, right? Any of the big boys, when they get control of the rally, aren't bad.
Like I get 4 good gets there, but 5th one puts it away. It's tough.
You want to go just speed it up a little bit to game 8, where I know, and again, he may have not had as much focus, but I thought you play like you could tell, like you like get either pissed off or you're like, oh my god, and you just focus a little more, and your control of the ball is a lot better in game 8 here.
Yeah. Yeah, 5-2 down, feeling like I haven't played that badly, and the scoreline pretty harsh. Like 5-2 sounds pretty comfy. And like I was saying, at 4-2, it was tight on the point count. I know you got to win the big points, but feeling like I'm in this match, and I could easily be maybe not 5-2 up, but I could be leading at this point, and I'm.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Another gallery.
Oh my god.
2 in 1 game. Crikey. All right, 30-all. Wow.
I mean, I will say, watching the match a few times, you still won that point. The more edges, you didn't hit a lot of grills. I've seen you hit a lot of grills. Where you find those targets. You may have missed more than you probably ever will again,
Yeah, I had 0 grills this set. He had 5. I had 8 dead. He had 5. I had no winning galleries. He had 2. So he's 4 more targets than me. In this set, I had 23 unforced errors. Some of those might be harsh, but I know at least 6 of them were straight off the return. Complete 3 points. Anyway, so I end up losing this set 6-3. So one set down, not going well. Uh,
Second set, God, I mean, I would love to see you just slow everything down a fraction. More bobbles, even that railroad. I know it's hard. The serve only turns on a lot,
yeah,
but you're not bad at defending stuff that's slapped at you. You're actually really good at that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So unless he's killing you, making like incredible like main wall dead-ons, which he can do, but he can also hit a fat where it goes into the middle. I
yeah.
think you could have got away with just serving more slower things. What do you think of that?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, 15 love up you. I mean, you got two chases now you're defending.
Yeah.
Was that a hazard? I don't know. Is that it? You got chase half a yard? Oh my God! I think you hit this one short.
I think he hits his forehand in a dead on.
Yeah.
Yeah, good return.
Every
Oh,
time,
weak serve though. Um,
and that happens.
yeah,
Tough time of it though. 2-all in the second, 15 love up.
yeah. Even if I just make him hit like a bobble deep there and see
Oh
what he.
my God! Yeah.
Yeah.
Good get by you there.
That's that one again, like a forehand volley. I win the point, but relatively easy, and I've hit it straight down the middle. I should be able to pick off a hazard gallery.
And I've seen you where you do it like at will.
Yeah,
And you know what I mean? I don't know if you just weren't reading the court. Like, I mean, that happens. But I do. That's one of your best shots you have, where
yeah,
you just sort of roll it and it finds. I mean, I've never seen anyone hit more winning galleries than you do out of that forehand. And I used to say they were lucky 3, 4 years ago, but now I actually mumble under my breath, "Good shot." It's difficult to say.
let's see what you think of this one, Robbie.
Just,
I'm not sure. Pretty good serve, good return.
he had a good return there. Got it pretty wide. Good get by you.
Doing my own Stevie impression, turning. Oh, that's good wheels. Bad miss. Oh, Steve
Oh,
did.
tackle. Got a hazard. Easy gallery. Oh my!
Come on!
Kenny Soffer shot.
Oh,
Huge game in the match. You're down one set, 4-3.
and that's not a good serve by him. I mean,
No.
no offense to him at all, but it's almost middle of the court, halfway up the back wall, running out.
And then you slam the next one. You get a chase. Great. Let's get.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see what I can't remember what happens next. I don't think it's good. Actually, he serves a good serve. That was a pretty good serve. He did a drag that looked like it stayed pretty tight.
yeah. I think this game. I think I make another. Yeah, bad error. And it's like 40 love like that.
I think you've gotten so much better on controlling the ball
Yeah,
that, I mean, in a match like this, if you walk out and say, I'm going to play this like everything's on the floor until it's an absolute, and I'm going to work this guy till he's dripping in sweat. You know what I mean? The points are going to be long every time.
yeah. Terrible error to lose a set there as well.
Terrible.
Yeah,
Glad you said that.
those last 2 points, you said, I'm almost creating a rally he wants to create. So I'm like slapping the return, creating quicker points. He rolls a timber, point over. Next one, I hit it hard. He hits a volley, and it's just like probably a rally that suits him better, especially looking back at it now. When I'm hitting, we talked about it before. When I hit a good length cut volley cross court, he can't damage me that much.
It doesn't hurt you at all, and I think you could have went to it like a lot. Like even in some of those where you're turning, obviously if you want to take a gallery, not bad either. But
Yeah,
there seemed like there was like almost like a panic opinion, there shouldn't be. You know what I mean? You should be still moving your feet. I mean, God, you move beautifully now. And just like be out there all day, like, all right, I'm going to slide more balls around out here. I know it's tough to say at 5'4", but if you would have done it more from game one and just stuck with that,
Yeah.
I think you would have been on the other side where he was looking up, maybe trying to create stuff all the time. I mean, I think you play some good tennis here, man.
Yeah. Did I lose the first game? Great second game, good control and serving. So
Second game you played well. It was 1-1. Now, what game are we in? We're this third game, right?
yeah, I can't see.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And then you do go to 2-2 in this set.
I don't think so. I should have.
Oh, you go way down.
So I go 2-1 down, and I was 40 love up, and I end up losing. And then when he's 3-1 up, I'm 40-15 up, and I lose that game. And that's pretty much that set. I think when I look back, even if I win one of those games and lose the other, I'm now 3-2 down instead of 4-1. 4-1's just like
tough. Being down 2 sets to love, 4-1 is really tough. But I mean, if we could watch, like, if you and I watch the whole match, you go into this mode, which I know you don't like when I say it, like it's just like more of a slappy John Lumley tennis. And I love when you have that different game, man. When you play that controlled, and you might call it old school, and you add the other stuff into it, is when you're at your best, I think.
Yeah.
Because you're so good when the court does get it, the point gets a little frantic, that you have good hands and you'll hit it in the winning gallery. Sometimes I go, lucky to you, but I know it's something that you do all the time. And I love when you're slower, and then the balls come out to the middle, and then you're dynamic.
Yeah.
I don't think when I see you being like the guy that's going to dictate the pace, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying, like, if you got to play like a Camden Revere or Rob Fay, maybe even Matthews, it might be. I think Virgona, if you play this style, you're above him now. He's a good friend of mine. God, he's gonna hang me for saying that. But I think if you ever play him again, no matter what court, and you went in with a very slow, methodical, I can't see you losing.
Tough
one. Oh my God, there's my bobble.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Hit it back at my own forehead. It's tough watching it.
It's tough when it's very tough. I can't watch myself now. I mean, I look like I don't bend my knees. I'm running on stilts.
I lose this game to go 5-1 down, and then I win the next game to go 5-2 down, and then he closes out. So straight set win for Steve.
And a tight for those first two sets were tight, like you said, though.
Yeah,
yeah.
And it was tough. He played well, but I mean, what's your overall pick two things that would tell me if we're playing in 20 minutes, what two things would you pick?
I would have still liked you. Even like, I don't think you needed to hit on a return of serve. I think you could have hit 70% of balls where you went cut volley into that corner. Obviously, you got to keep it down. I don't even think they got to be like incredible.
Yeah.
And I would have tried to do that 7 out of 10 return of serves, unless you had a duck that was moving away. Then maybe let that one ride. Everything else, like, start the rally off in a controlled fashion and see what the point goes from there. But every time.
Yeah.
And then when to pick that shot to hit the winner. And
yeah,
it looked like you were chasing the winner a little bit.
Pretty much.
And before we end, if we're going to play incredible tennis,
yeah.
Steve, if you get that wind of this, you played outstanding. Didn't miss many balls. Still moved around like a stud muffin. great playing Virgona.
Yeah, no, he did well. All right, well,
All right, guys. And we'll see you on the court, tennis court, the Racquet Club, hopefully soon, right, John?
fingers crossed, and yeah, I hope everyone's staying safe and yeah, stay positive.